Hey, what's going on, everybody? I'm here with the wonderful, the beautiful, the incredible Mary Rose Aying. What's up, girl? What do you got to say?
Hi, everybody.
Nice. We're here in Cebu City. Yes.
We're back.
Here in the Cebu City, here in the Ayala Mall, man, just kicking it around, having a good time. I had to get some visa stuff done. Shout out to freaking JRC, man. Those guys rock. They're handling all my exit stuff. Make it so simple. And just a heads up too, by the way, it looks like there's a new immigration office there in the G Mall. Yeah. So I think that's a brand new, looks like a brand new mall, new facility. So, but hey, I thought we would do just kind of our thoughts about Cebu City. I've been traveling all over the Philippines now. I've been giving you guys a lot of my take on these cities as I've gone through them. So I thought, you know what? It's been a while since I've done a video in Cebu City. By the way, I'll actually create a Cebu City playlist because I've done a ton of videos there. I'll put together a playlist and I'll put it at the end of the video, so if you want to check those out. But I thought it'd be a good time to just kind of talk about Cebu City and what it's like here. So kind of some things right away. Like what are your thoughts? I mean, you've lived here over the summer. What are your thoughts about Cebu City?
My thoughts about the Cebu City, I don't want to live here permanently.
Yeah, so not a city that you would want to live in full time? And why is that? Like what's there?
It is because of some, like traffics. I don't want traffics. I don't want a lot of like socials, like the people around you anymore.
So lots of people, lots of traffic. Yeah, yes. Highly social. I mean, she was just commenting that there's a lot of people come up and chat to us while we're here. So it's been pretty easy. We're in, kind of meeting after meeting after meeting with people when we're out here.
Yeah.
So because there are a lot of other foreigners out here, so that is kind of one of the things that is about Cebu City, and that might be a pro for a lot of you guys. You've got a lot of people here. That you might become friends with a lot. There's a big foreigner thing. One of the things that is we're just kind of traveling around. One of the things that I do really like as I've noticed as I've been in other cities is Grab. I mean, we wait seconds for a Grab.
Yeah.
It is so quick. Now Grab, guys, is similar to Uber, and it is really cool about being in a city like this. Is you don't need transportation. You can come here. You can set up the Grab app and you can travel all around the city really super easily. So that is definitely one of the things I really like about it. In comparison to Davao City, which I was recently in, Davao, I was waiting like 15 minutes for a Grab most of the time. So that was, Cebu City is nice in that area. What are some other things that you think about Cebu City when the time that you spend here? Yeah.
The good thing about Cebu is that I have an opportunity to work too. Like a big opportunity because there's a lot of manufacturing here.
Right.
A lot of choices. That's a good thing about here. The convenience of easy access to all like malls, insurance, hospitals.
Yeah, I mean here we are in the Ayala Mall. Yeah. There's so much here, guys. I lived here. I'll put in the map to a place that I lived at. I get this question a lot, and I've answered this a lot on my live streams. The Solinea residence. I lived there for a full year, guys. Really, really spectacular, conveniently located right across from the mall. You can't beat it. And it's one you're talking to. Like everything's here. Yeah. My dentist was here. Freaking doctor offices are here. Yes. Your pharmacy is here. Your banks are here. Yeah. It really is like everything you want or need is kind of right in this mall. But I was talking to my buddy Fletch this morning. He was talking about that. He says what can happen though is you kind of get stuck in that bubble. You get stuck in that trap where you don't ever leave it, right? Yeah. You just kind of here, and then the next thing you know, it's been a year gone by, and you haven't gone anywhere. So that can be one of the challenges about living here. So, and yeah, here's the famous Bo's Coffee right up over here. So, but that is one of the, as we're walking by Bo's Coffee and the guys over here, it is kind of one of the things. It's honestly, it's a little bit of a love-hate for me. It really is, right?
Yes, it is.
I love how easy it is to be out here and hang out with the guys and that kind of deal. Like that's really cool. But I also, at the same time, it's like
stressful for you.
It is a little. I mean, like stressful. It's a good point, right? Because today we're like you know, at meeting after meeting
Yeah.
after meeting with people, and that's cool. Like, I really dig that. The other thing that's in that area for me, and I know this won't really apply to a lot of you guys too, but you know, as a vlogger and that kind of thing, you know, everyone treats us with respect here. It's one of the reasons why we love being here. The Filipinos
Yeah.
are very respectful, sir, and that. So when I'm out and around in some of these province areas, they're super nice to me in that. But here, when I'm in Cebu City, I get that it's not a rock star vibe, but there's a little
Yeah.
bit, you know what I mean? We're
Yeah.
got, you know, now foreigners, because they watch the channel, they'll come up and actually say something. You know what I mean? So there's a little bit of that kind of, which makes me uncomfortable. I mean, I relate to myself as a freaking geeky IT guy. You know, I don't relate to myself at all as a freaking that kind of deal. But, you know, when you put yourself on a screen, no matter what kind of screen, people can relate to you a little bit in that way. So, but again, that's just kind of me. But I think it does play to one of the dynamics here with the abundance of foreigners that is really here. And it's noticeable as I've stepped away and then have come back, right?
Yeah.
So,
Do
yeah.
you, do you think you can leave her in Cebu permanently?
Do you think I could live here in Cebu permanently?
Yeah.
You know, in hindsight, look, here's another way to look at that. If I would do it all over again, would I come to stay here? Definitely. I definitely would. I would come and stay here in a heartbeat. Like I said, I think the Solinea and the convenience of this, especially too while you're adjusting to the country
Yeah.
and kind of getting a feel for it. Cebu City is an incredible hub. It really is. It's a great place. You're right in the middle of the Philippines. You've got ferries, you've got
Yes.
airports. You can get around to a bunch of places.
Yeah.
Just for me though, I felt like I exhausted what was here in a
Yeah.
lot of ways, you know.
Right.
As a guy who liked to be on the motorcycle and riding around, I kind of run out of what there was for me to do, I think, in this area. So I wanted to explore.
Yeah.
But I think to come back to live here, I don't know. I mean, maybe. There's so many other places. So many, I know,
Yeah.
right? Everyone, and probably you guys have too, joke with me about, in all my videos, it's like, oh my
Yes.
gosh, I could live here. Oh my
Yes.
gosh. So she gives me a hard time for that too. But I do. It's just like I'm in all these cities now that I'm really liking a lot. And Mindanao to me is guys, we were just talking about this. I really see us being in particular, probably Davao City for 6 months coming up as of June or July. And who knows, right? I have a tendency to kind of think out loud, so that could change with the weather. But we'll see on that. But what else about Cebu for you that you think is something that maybe these guys would like to know about being here? What about the dating? And I know you don't. There's a lot of foreigners here, right? What's your
Yeah.
kind of insight on that, if any?
For me, the dating here, I don't think lots of girls that more serious to like older foreigners take it seriously. I think they just date older foreigners for their luxury or something.
right.
Yeah.
So so a little bit the guys here
Yeah.
want to be cautious. Is that what I'm getting?
Yeah, but it just depends on the girls. I don't judge, but
Right.
mostly the girls from provinces really, loving and all that. And like here, they will like make you blind that they love you, but then they will just want you to fulfill their luxury and their life. Yeah.
Yeah. So you're saying here in the city, you feel like there's a little more of that, scammer potential, or just not
Not
a true
really.
intention. Yeah. Go ahead.
Not really scammer. They don't really cheat. They will make you. They will be your girlfriend, boyfriend, and then they will just after your money. But if you don't have money anymore, they will left you. Yeah, it's something like
so
that.
not real relationship. And you're
Yeah.
thinking the province girls, that could be a little bit different, right?
Yeah, it's different because the way they live there.
They're looking for a relationship.
It's not really. For me, I don't really into a luxury thing. Remember when you asked me if I want something in the mall, and I was like, no, I want something from outside or like online shopping because it's cheaper.
Right.
So yeah, I think it's also the factor there.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so just what she's talking about is we were looking to buy some clothes in the mall, and she was looking at the prices of stuff, and she was like, Chris, that's way too expensive. I can get this on TikTok for a couple $100 pesos.
Yeah.
So, right?
Yeah. So yeah, and also too, the girls are after the trends.
Yeah.
They call it sugar daddy.
Yeah. So you think
So
girls...
they were like after older foreigner for like a sugar daddy. So yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I just hear that from some of my friends and Marian's friends.
Sure.
They're just dating the foreigners to give their what they want, not they need.
So I mean, I guess it would be fair to say, like, look, like Cebu City, and a lot of people say this. I'd say this as well. Cebu City is probably a great place to start, right?
Yeah.
Like a great place to kind of get your feet wet in the Philippines. Great place to figure out the culture. Maybe not the best place to kind of end up or stay in for a long term, but whatever, 6 months, you know, it's great. And then kind of figure out, you know, guys, the country of Cebu is long. It's massive.
Yeah.
It's just weird. It has this big little experience to me, right? Like it's big and small at the same time. You know, if you look on the map, it covers the area from Detroit to Daytona. So I mean, huge, right? So if you think of that and the differences, what are the differences between Detroit and Daytona culturally in the United States? That is also huge. Similar here, right? The areas of the Philippines are really different, just like that, right? So just kind of finding out what works for you, like the people and the area and that is really kind of the things that I'm still looking for. It's like, what area do I really vibe with? Do I want a coastal place? Do I want a mountain place?
Oh, yeah.
Do I want something where it's in like Mindanao, where it's a little more farm kind of life? So, all right, guys. Well, I think that's it for the video today. We just wanted to give a quick wrap of Cebu. We're out here. We spent the day out here. I thought, you know what? Let's talk about it. It's been a while since I've shot, so yeah. All right, guys. Well, anything you want to add or anything there for you?
No.
No? All right. Really appreciate the Patreon supporters. You guys you're making all this happen. So thank you so much. As they say here, salamat kayo. So really appreciate it. Ampin, ayo ayo, and feed the good wolf. All right. Yeah, that's great. 12 minutes.